Morning, morning, morning. Welcome to Sunday Hollywood Bet Scottsville. Hope you're all warm wherever you are around the country. It's the last race meeting in KwaZulu-Natal before we see the Hollywood Bets Durban July take place, which is now just a week away. So it's quite exciting. Betway have got specials going. So the QR code that you are watching, if you are watching on 240, I hope you've scanned that and you've activated your Betway account. And there's lots. Of course, Len, we know he likes Salukwe. 8 on 18's now running, qualified to run. And we'll chat to Len just now about what he thinks with a final look at that. But he's been in good form with a couple of his bankers and suggestions. So we're looking forward to talk to him about the opening leg of the bipod, which runs at 20 past 12. It's over 1160 meters. And remember, we're doing it Friday morning. And on Friday morning, Betway've got this horse Chapbook from Clinton Binder stable, coming from Gauteng into Maritzburg, 11 to 10 favourite. Laf, who's had a few winners, the 4 Boardwalk Breeze, second choice at 3 to 1, and number 8 Grand Force Garth Pull has also been in good form, and they 5 to 1. Tens and better about the balance. Respect for Joburg, I take it, Lenny.
Good night. Yes, definitely. Look, to me, it looked to be a match between the two runners, Broadway Breeze and the Joburg Visitor Chapbook. And I originally had the two of them in the bipod, but because they've become quite expensive, I've decided to go with the Visitor and bank a Chapbook in the bipod. I think he should be good enough to this.
Okay, we'll be happy with that. We'll start Richard Fourie home in the first leg of the bipod. Let him bring it home for us. Doesn't have to win it. Run second, and our bipod will be alive. It's a 300 Rand per. We've got 2 bankers in the Sunday bipod. Place accumulator time now. Let's take a look at what we want to do in this class 3 over 1200 meters. There'd be a few in here that certainly would have chances, and we'll start with Betway's market where they've got 8 Black Egret. Clinton Binder will be hoping to win this. Richard Fourie riding for them at 28 to 10. Number 7 Soho Star is 33 to 10. 9 Vion's Web is 9 to 2. 8 to 1 about 1. Rock of Bismantova, and number 5 License to Thrill, same price, and then 10 to 1 and better about the balance. A bit of a tricky race. I know there are a couple in here with ability. I mean, I was like Vion's Web, Len, having won its last couple, looking for a hat-trick. I know Manny Pillay will be shouting at home, but I guess there are a few you've got to consider.
Certainly, Clyde. It does look like a very competitive field, and there's very few that I can say are without a winning chance. My first choice is the 7 horse Soho Star. You know, he really loves that course and distance, and I think he's again going to run a big race. He's coming back from a short rest, but that shouldn't be an issue. It's only 2 months off. So for the smaller punters, they could possibly bank a Soho Star in the place accumulator. But I've covered him in my perm, and I've covered him with the Black Egret, the Halfveld Visitor, and then the promising 3-year-old Vion's Web, who's showing very good promise, winning 3 of his 6 runs to date.
Yeah, interesting race. Andrew Fortune looking to shake the reins on Soho Star and try to get it right this time. Been very close the last few. But 7, 8 and 9 in the first leg of the PA. We got 2 bankers in this place accumulated on Sunday, and it'll cost 450. All right, welcome back, everybody. Time now for race number 4 on the card. It's pick 6 time. We certainly want to get those pick 6s on, don't we, at the end of the day? And that we can catch a pick 6 before the Hollywood Bets Durban July. Let's talk to Lenny about it and see what the story is. It's a C stakes, and it's over 1,200 meters. In terms of the Betway market, on Friday morning for this pick 6, 7 to 2 the field. Top of the board's number 1, Abaddon, 7 to 2. Number 4, Mar del Plata, second choice at 4 to 1. 11 to 2 about 8, Gorgeous Guy. And a horse like 14, Real War, is trading at 7 to 1. 8 to 1 about the 12, Quacker Blitz. And then 10 to 1 and better about the balance. You were stiff with a pick 6 the other day, Len. We had 2 horses running at the back for us. Looked like we had it in the bag on the show. And we ended up missing with a horse they backed from 8 to 1 to favourite.
Glad it was my own mistake. I actually had put in the 6 and the 7 in the previous race. Gurkha and one Mahal Boy Lollipop. and had the four of them at the back anyway. I switched the perm around, but you know what? That's history. This is the way it goes. This race, look, Abaddon looks to be a very promising sprinter, and he should again be in the shake-up. His main dangers look to come from the 4 Mar del Plata and the 8 Gorgeous Guy. Also a real war. He seems to love that course, but strictly speaking, at the weights, he should not finish ahead of Gorgeous Guy. And that's the reason I actually didn't include him in the pick 6.
Okay, well, we've got a couple of bankers in that pick 6, as you can see. We'll talk to Len about them. It's a 1,200 Rand per. Okay, let's move on now to our next event on the card. This is race number 5, and it's over 1,400 meters. Betway have got number 1, Soldier's Boy, as favourite, and it's priced up at 28 to 10. 9 to 2 about number 3, Sail to the Moon. On Friday morning, number 8, Attaboy, was 7 to 1. So was number 7, Kimball O'Hara, at 7 to 1. And then Dougie Campbell, who had a very good day the other day, 11, Lake Combo, is priced up at 8 to 1. You can get 10 to 1 and better about the balance. It's not an easy race, I can tell you that much. It is the first leg of the jackpot. Len's already worked that out for us, and it's a class 5, and they're going over 1,400. We should run at about 2:05. All right, Len, over to you.
Yes, Cloud, first leg of the jackpot. This was Soldier Boy. He was very impressive when winning his debut, coming from well off the pace to win going away. He looks very promising, and he's certainly one that is worth following. However, Sunday, he's not going to find it easy because he's taking on some older horses. Attaboy was desperately unlucky not to have won last time, and he's got to have a big say in the race. Then Sail to the Moon. He makes his KZN debut, having been racing in the Cape, and he deserves respect. But it could be quite a tricky race, and I've included 5 horses in the jackpot and pick 6: 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8.
Okay, we're putting those in. Just remember, this is an apprentice class 5, and I can tell you an update on the apprentices that in terms of the NRB, Brevin Plaatjes rode his 40th winner, so he'll only be claiming 1.5 going forward. There's Len's jackpot. This is probably the hardest race on the card. I'll ask Len in a minute what he thinks. It's a class 5 for fillies and mares, and anything's possible in a race like this. It's over 1,400 meters. And on the morning, Friday morning, that is, Betway have got them as follows. This was Captain's Pride favourite, number 9, but at 33 to 10, 7 to 2 or thereabouts. Second choice, number 10, My True Love, 4 to 1. Number 1, Copacabana, is the third choice at 9 to 2. There are a few in here at 6 to 1. I'll give you their names in just a minute. They are 4, Nurtzberg, and number 7, Beautiful Rania. So they both at 6 to 1. And then the 3, who is Grew of Ice, is trading at 8 to 1. 10's and better the balance, but I don't like the look of it, Len.
Clyde, I agree with you. This, to me, the most difficult race on the card, and I urge punters to include as many as possible. Well, for the jackpot and pick 6, I've gone the whole field. Even Melak, number 3, Grew of Ice, her form is not great, but why not that track? She's actually run her best races at that track before she went down to Port Elizabeth and Cape Town. She's not out of it. So really, it's very, very open.
Yeah, and that's why I take it you got the whole field. I don't blame you. Field by 2 and 4, by field, by banker 1. Okay, Len's got one for us here. So we're going to pay attention and ask him which one. This is a class 3, fillies and mares, and it's run over the mile. Early Friday morning, we got the source top of the boards for Corey Lensley and Calvin Habib. They there to pick up the check, number 3, Sonic Jet, favourite at 5 to 2. 33 to 10 about number 4, Forward Motion for Paul Lafferty. JC Buertus is riding that. 33 to 10, second choice. And then you've got number 8, One Smart Cookie, who is the third favourite. Richard Faree's riding that at 33 to 10. But Ice Rain's an interesting runner, and it is from the Andre Nell stable. Serena Moodley's riding it at 4-1. 7-1 and better about the balance. Talking about the combination with the Hollywood Bets Durban July being around the corner, Lenny, you still on Salukwe?
Yes, Clyde, I'm not going to change my opinion about it, but I've got to have the utmost respect for the for the favourite 8 on 18. I mean, he is really he's very good. So, but if anything can beat 8 on 18, I think Salukwe could. He's coming in with a nice galloping weight of 54.
Okay. Ice
Anyway,
Rain, yeah, you're going with that, right?
yes, Ice Rain, Clyde, she's won 3 of her 4 local runs here. She's really a decent filly, and she doesn't look like she's going to be. She's not going to stop winning at any time soon. She can run on both the poly and the turf. So we can look for another big run for her, and because we need bankers in the pick six, I'm going along with her, and I'm reasonably confident. The main threat could be the 3-year-old filly Forward Motion. She loves running from the front, and she could be difficult to catch if she pinches a break on them. She's only got I think it's 48 kilos to shoulder, so Ice Rain will need to keep her in her sights. But I'm going banker Ice Rain at all appearance, barring the second jackpot where I did cover her with the 4-horse
Forward motion.
Forward
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah, so I guess the question is, can Ice Rain give Forward Motion 10 kilos? Because that's, as you say, she's got 48 on her back. Ice Rain's carrying 58 or thereabouts, but Len thinks that, Ice Rain will be good enough, and that can do it. Banker 2 by those horses for second and third in the trifecta. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's move on to our next race on the card that we're having a look at. And this is the 8th race. It's run over the mile. And on Friday morning, number 8, Rani Tarabai is the favourite at 3-1. Number 9, Greenhouse, second favourite at 33-10. 1, Rugger Lover is priced up at 5-1. 6-1, number 3, The Mightiest. And number 6, Mountains of the Moon, is priced up at 7-1. You can get 10-1 and better about the balance. Bit of a tricky race. Len's got another banker for us just now, so I guess we can afford to perhaps go a few horses here. Which is your first choice, Len?
Definitely another very, very open race. If you're forcing me to make a selection here, I would probably side with Greenhouse, but really not with any confidence. It's a very, very difficult race, and as you can see, I've included 8 horses. I think it's 8 horses in the pick 6.
Okay, so we'll go all of those.
So,
Obviously,
looking for a result.
Okay, we're looking for a result. Those are the runners. Wayo's got the Mightiest there with James Lihaba in the saddle. They'll be hoping to pull this one off too, but there are quite a few in here. Those who may want to add the Mightiest in, perhaps consider it. Len's recommending Exacta's boxing 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. All right, this is the last one. And we're going to talk to Lenny about this banker. He's sticking pretty much with the combination that he has today, Andre Nell and Serena Moodley, and that he is for the Hollywood Bets Durban July. And let's take a look at what the market recommends Friday morning. I'm sure things will change, but 1 Terminator is 4-1 favourite. Second choice, number 13, El Rey Vienne, is priced up at 7-1. 7-1 about 9, or rather number 6, Run for Cover. And 2, Corrupt, is at 8-1. 8-1, number 4, French Flame, and 10-1 and better about the balance. We're into Terminator. Is that the case still, Len?
Clyde, yes, you're right. I am sticking with the combination of the Nell stable and Serena Moodley, but it's purely on form. It's not because I'm siding with them for any other reason. This horse has the form. He's extremely consistent. Always runs the same kind of a race, and it's the one that they all have to beat. If there's any chink in his armor, it's that he just seems to be found wanting that last few meters, that last 40, 50 meters. and he get nabbed. But maybe if Sereno holds him up for another 2 seconds longer, he will keep going. And honestly, he's the one to beat. They have to come and beat him. So I'm putting my faith in, and I'm banking him.
Okay, banker that. That's what our plan is. In the trifecta with all those horses for second and third. It'll cost you 56 Rand if you play it that way. Thank you again for watching Betway's Weighted to Win this weekend. We'll, next time we chat, in terms of KwaZulu-Natal racing, we'll be in Durban by the sea.